Good afternoon, Fukushima. Me driving home from work on a stress-free ride. Stress-free ride. While everybody's fighting traffic, look at this. Yep, this is beautiful. This is the way man was intended to live. Well, not driving a car, but, you know, out here in the wilderness, in the wild. It's not even that wild. Look at this, houses everywhere, but nobody's here. These are all summer homes. Most of them. 80% of them. Look at these houses out here. Look at these houses out here. Wait. Good thing I can cross the lane and nobody's coming. I don't know if I can see that. Pretty cool, man. Of course. Damn it. I'm in the wrong lane. Okay. This is a video about the media, again, telling lies, along with the politicians. Now, this pissed me off because last night I heard on some news station, maybe the night before, flipping through CNN, Fox, all the other idiots, and they're saying there's a housing nirvana this year. It's going to be a housing nirvana. There's construction starts are up. They've been up since like, what, 2011 or 2012? Oh, some cars, man. These guys are probably construction guys. This is a fishing guy here. A lot of people go fishing, ice fishing out here. And they're not catching anything right now. It's too damn cold. But, people seem to forget. See, people live on a timeline of about 20 seconds. And that's what we're taught to do in life. That's what we're taught to do in our educational system, our religious system. Just to live for the moment and fuck everything else. And I got to tell you right now, man, housing, the construction's booming, and housing starts are up. That is a bunch of crock of bullshit. Because I can tell you why right now. If anybody remembers, the last 2 summers we've had tornadoes ripping apart towns like there's no tomorrow. I mean, they're just ripping apart whole towns. You turn on the TV to watch the tornado, and you see houses being destroyed, and you see cars flying through the air and trucks. And every time you see a house, I mean, hundreds of houses going up in these tornadoes, my homeowner's insurance goes up. And every time I see a car flying through the air from a tornado or flooded from a hurricane, my car insurance goes up. Now, the thing is, these homes are not new construction. Yeah, I mean, they're from the ground up, but there used to be a house there, and it got blown away by a tornado, or flooded by a house, or a massive fire up there in New Jersey after Sandy, and now the insurance company has to come in and rebuild all these homes. Now, so people, now on the news last night, they're saying, oh, and the politicians, there must be, the jobs are getting better, there's a lot more jobs, more people are working, they're making money because they're buying homes. No, they're fucking not. They're not. This is what is happening. They're trying to get their homes rebuilt and getting insurance companies to pay for them. That's who's paying for it. There isn't personal homeowners buying these homes. I mean, there's a couple here and there, but the majority of these, probably 90%, is being paid for by the insurance. And who's that? Me and you. Just like the taxes, we pay our insurance policies, and so they can build these people's homes after they're destroyed by these storms, and their cars. Get them new cars after their cars are destroyed. That's what's going on with the housing industry. Look, they're still rebuilding up there where they had Hurricane Sandy. They're still rebuilding goddamn Katrina. I mean, my God. Oh, there's my boss right there. Edel, what's going on? And, tornadoes ripped apart all these towns down in Missouri. Just ripped them apart. And now they got to rebuild. So, the housing starts are up and there's a construction boom. Yeah, it's bullshit, man. Well, like I said, you're going to watch your insurance rates go up so this stuff can be paid for. And you are paying for it. You are. I mean, that's why you have insurance, sure. But you know something? Before, I always thought that, I know they have this HARP technology, the weather control technology. They've had it for a long time. That's probably why they're getting rain out in California. They just can't control it all that well. But think about it. You have a couple bad storms come through a couple small towns in Missouri, Kansas, whatever, rip apart the town, boom, you got a housing boom. You do it a couple times, you do it once or twice a year, you got a housing boom. And then the investors say, look, especially foreign stupid investors, look, America's having a housing boom. Let's go over there and invest. And all these investors bought all these houses in America thinking, well, there's a shortage of homes, they're gonna need rentals, right? People went down to the city like Detroit and other cities, Warren, Sterling Heights, all these cities, bought these dilapidated homes, and maybe put a little money into them, but they got them for a couple $1,000, $3,000-$4,000. They would buy them in big blocks of homes, like 20, 30 at a time. And now they can't rent them out because there's nobody renting. Nobody's working. Look, down in Detroit, which is the closest city to, I think it's from where I live. Look at this. Oh, whoa, look at this. It's really cool. I'm going to stop here behind this guy. Look at this, man. This is the Coast Guard cutter. I think this is the Mackinac. Oh, no, this is not a Coast Guard cutter. That's a ship. Badass, man. He's barely making it. I know that. That ice is thick out there. But anyway, you know, down in Detroit or any of these cities, the suburbs, or any city in Michigan right now, they're trying to dump these homes because they found out they can't rent them. And they're getting stuck with the property taxes. And, you know, they have blight laws and shit, so they got to keep them maintained. So all these foreign investors that came in and bought these, they're trying to dump them, and they can't dump them. So they'll probably just get repossessed by a taxman. I mean, hell, you know, you pay, you know, I don't know, they might want their money back, though. I got to tell you, man, some of these guys paid like $1 million and bought a shitload of homes, and now they can't. They're just sitting there, and the city wants them to either, you know, pay the taxes on them, fix them up, or they're going to take over the house, and they're just going to lose it. That's what's happening out here. And here's something else that's happening. I live in a little small town, maybe 1,000 people. I don't even think so. In the, you know, the town proper. And this is all the like the sub areas here. And I took my brother through town a few days ago, and it was in the evening. You know, it was dark, and that's when you can really tell what homes are empty, what houses are vacant. I know the ones that are vacant, but I'm showing him now in the better neighborhoods. It's not such a problem. Like my brother, though, he lives in a $400,000 neighborhood. And I got to tell you, they built like 50 new homes behind his house. And I got to tell you, man, half of them are not occupied. And I think that investors must have invested in some of these homes thinking they would just go ahead and sell them. And they're not. And you can't rent them. I mean, my God, you'd have to charge $3,000 a month for rent. So they're just sitting there. They've been sitting there for like going on a year now. And these are nice homes. Empty. So somebody's got to eat this. But you know something? Like I said, I took my brother through this town anyway, little town. These are little homes, you know, lower priced homes probably. I mean, out here, they used to be like fishing cottages and hunting cottages and shit. And so the smaller homes, you know, in the price range between $50,000 and $150,000 probably. But there's a lot of them just empty. You drive down the street, you see one or two on a block. And you can tell. Now out here they have to maintain the yards and they keep curtains up, but you can tell. There's been nobody in the driveway, there's nobody in the house is dark, and the heat's not on. That's how you can tell. So what I can't believe they're saying there's going to be a housing nirvana and a housing boom. And this might have been on the Wall Street channel, that CNBC or CNCN, I don't know what the hell it is. It's the one where you turn on and the Wall Street guys are around there, but most of the time a bunch of guys from Britain, a bunch of, you know, bootlickers from Britain out there, telling us how good things are. And in the meantime, their country's got 50% unemployment. Oh my God. And the stock market's going up. Hey man, it's going to drop. It's going to drop fast. But you know, I'm not really concerned about that. The stock market has never been a reflection of the economy. Matter of fact, back in 2008, when the bottom was dropping out of the economy, all the politicians, even the president, was up there saying, you know, oh, the Wall Street isn't really a indicator of the economy. It's just investors and all this other shit. Now that it's up, it's indicator of the economy. And here's something else going on with the economy. They're going to start letting less people into the military, and they're going to start getting people out of the military. Now, what the hell are you going to do when you get out of high school? There ain't no jobs. Now, they want everybody to take out this student loan. That's the next bubble. Because they're figuring, hey, well, they have to pay it back. When you take out a student, there are no jobs. So if you don't get it, like George Bush said up there, if you don't get an education, you can't get a job. Well, George Bush, he's a fucking asshole. He's probably got investments in these money markets that are loaning out this money. They'll loan out the money to the students, and the interest rates are just crazy, and they're going to go up as the interest rates go up. When they're low, but their interest rates are going to go up. So what they're going to do is have all these people in debt. And you know what? You have to pay it. It's not like you can go bankrupt and just say, oh, forget it, man, I'm not going to pay it. You have to pay it. That's why it's such a sweet investment. You give all these dumb kids loans, they get educations in fucking worthlessness, and then they got to pay it back. They will never see an income tax check. They'll get their wages garnished if they ever get a job, even if it's minimum wage. And then they got to pay for the goddamn Obamacare also? I mean, my God. You know, this is out of control, man. It's out of control. These people are just out of touch with reality. Look, don't consume. If everybody would just stop buying shit, buy the stuff you need and nothing else, for 2 weeks, we'll have these corporations on their knees. In a month, they'll be begging us to go out there and buy shit. And you know what you do? You tell them, fuck you. We want these lifelong politicians out of office. We got a guy here in Michigan, Dingle. He's been at Dingleberry. He's been in office for goddamn 50, 60 years. And now he's leaving, right? Oh, I'm leaving because he's like 80. He's on his last breath, man. And he's like a walking dead person. And his wife's going to take his... is going to run for his seat. I mean, my God, that's what's wrong with America. You got Hillary, you got these people up there that's been there for fucking ever. You got to get them out of there. You don't need people like McCain and Dingle, and we got this other guy here up too, I can't remember. Levin. For goddamn, they've been in there for centuries if you take all the time and put it together with 3 or 4 people. You got to get them out of there. They get involved with special interest, and that's all they're going to support. That's it. That, and I'll tell you what, man, these people are possessed, man. The Bible says, in the Old Testament, that in Jeremiah, that He's going to let these entities possess these people, and they're going to run amok, just like crazy people, and that's what they're doing right now. All right, man, that's my rant for the day. Let's duck out.